All right, ladies and gents, Mike here with Better Times, here to get the year started off right for UFC Vegas 101, Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas. Before we get into the video, I want to start with the 2024 recap. We hit 65% of our money line bets. We hit 52% of our props. That's up from the year before. And the best bet parlay ends with a solid return of 2.5 bets. I'm not personally satisfied with that, but it's a new year. We're going to get it started off right. First things first, dog to watch is going to be Punahele Soriano. Now, his opponent, Uros Medic, he's a fast starter, likes to try to end the fight really early. The one thing that gets me on Soriano is going to be the fact that he impressed me so much in his debut at welterweight. Look, we all know his story at middleweight. He was a power puncher, didn't utilize his wrestling, and he used a lot of energy and gassed himself out. That was not the case at welterweight. He's the bigger guy dropping down. Medic was the smaller guy moving up. Now, I believe Soriano is going to be the stronger guy as well. And if he utilizes his wrestling and he had the same gas tank he had in his debut, I believe Soriano is the big problem for Medic. So for me, the dog to watch is Soriano, and that's why he's our budget saver and our number one pick for the fantasy pick two. Our second pick for the fantasy pick two is going to be Andreas Gustafsson. Now, he's going up against Preston Parsons, and I'll admit Parsons is more well-rounded. I'm not too much of a fan of Gustafsson's style, but I realize the big advantage he has here is his strength. And I really believe that Parsons simply just cannot match the strength of Gustafsson. And I believe once he starts to try to take him down and realizes he can't, he's going to have to face the power of Gustafsson, and I believe he's going to end up getting knocked out. So, Punahele Soriano, Andreas Gustafsson, get him in your fantasy lineup. Our best bet parlay. These two fighters that I have picked have a major advantage on the feet. I believe that if the fight hits the ground, they're more than capable of handling themselves if it goes there, which is why I'm so confident to put these two together for a parlay. Number one pick, Cesar Almeida. We all know the high-level striking he possesses. Al-Hassan is no match there. Al-Hassan could challenge him on the ground, but I believe we're all forgetting that Almeida has shown us that he has good takedown defense, and he can actually get on top himself and be dominant. Al-Hassan has not been consistent enough to make me believe that he is just going to challenge Almeida on the ground. So that's an easy pick. Cesar Almeida, number one. Our number two pick is going to be Thiago Moises. Again, the wrestling of Ogden is to be respected, but Moises has shown us his high-level jiu-jitsu, and he has more experience in the UFC showing us that. So I believe if Ogden gets him down, Moises will be able to handle himself. On the feet, Ogden has to establish rhythm. He has shown that if he cannot establish his flow, that he is super uncomfortable and just doesn't want to be there, which will make him desperate for the takedowns. And Thiago Moises fights at a range that he will be able to react accordingly if he gets desperate for those takedowns. And he doesn't really overextend himself on the striking anyway, so I don't see how Ogden is going to be able to get the fight to the ground. I believe it stays standing, and I believe Moises knocks him out because Ogden is not going to be able to stand with him. So those two together, Cesar Almeida, Thiago Moises, it's a plus 107, $50 bet, gets you back $53.51. That wraps it up for me today for UFC Vegas 101. Don't forget to check out allinforbettertimes.com. The full fight card breakdown is up. More bets are up as well, but the lottery parlay and more props, as always, will be available later throughout the week. Now, I also want you guys to follow capmma.com on Twitter. They have an amazing space that they host every Tuesday. And I'm a part of this team now full of sharp, like-minded fans, and I believe y'all are going to enjoy the show. And I believe this is going to be the year we make a statement in 2025. Until next time, good luck with your bets.